guys, today we're going to make some really simple, easy, sweet sandwich rolls. They're great for subs, great for garlic bread or pizza bread. We go through, I don't know, probably 2 batches a week on average between my daughter and I. So stay tuned and we'll get started. We're going to start off with 2 heaping teaspoons of instant yeast, and I'm just going to drop those right into the bowl of the stand mixer. Next, I'm going to add 1 cup of warm water. Now we've got a 1/2 cup of regular white cane sugar, cups of high gluten flour. I like to measure my flour a little bit on the heavy side. I scoop it with the measuring cup and then strike it off. I know that's not the right way to do it, but I find that that gives this dough better consistency. This can be made with regular all-purpose flour, but the high gluten flour really gives a nicer texture, more chewy and all that. So I highly recommend using high gluten if you can find it. And that makes 3½. Now we're going to add 1 egg. Now a teaspoon of salt. I don't measure. I just pour some in my hand and say, yep, that looks good. Toss her in there. And I do the same thing with oil. 1 teaspoon. That looks good. Now while the mixer's doing its thing, I like to get my pan out, just a baking sheet, line it with parchment paper, and I reused the parchment paper several times. Yeah. Now I've turned it out onto a clean surface. You can flour it if you want, but I like to get the dough relatively stiff and not terribly sticky. And then I don't flour the surface or my hands, and it works just fine. So from here, we're gonna knead it into a nice ball, and then I'm going to cut it into 6ths, and I'll show you that here in a minute. I just use a serrated knife and cut it in half, and then those halves roughly into 3rds. Makes 6 sandwich sized loaves. And then once I get those cut, I'm going to take and just kind of roll them into a little ball and then roll that into a little log. Pretty much like that. And you can give them a little pull if you want. Whatever you think, and then once they're, I don't know, 6-ish inches long, maybe an inch, 1.25 in diameter, I'm going to stick them on my tray, and we'll do that to the rest of them here. Now, as you can see, they're not perfect. When I cut them, I didn't get them all exactly even. When I rolled them out, they aren't perfect. When I put them on the tray, they're not perfect. When they rise, they won't be perfect, and I really don't care. They taste good either way. Now I'm going to throw the tray in the oven with the light on. If you have a proof mode on your oven, you can use that, but I find that just leaving the light on is plenty good. So it's been about 2 hours, and they've approximately doubled in size. You can go ahead and bake them now if you'd like, but I like to let them get a little bit bigger yet. So I'm going to go ahead and close the door and let them keep rising. All right, it's been roughly 3 hours, and that looks wonderful. So we're going to take these out of here, and I'm going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. All right, we're going to put those in there and set a timer for 16 minutes. Here we are 16 minutes later. We're going to pull these out. You can see they're nicely golden brown. We're going to just set them here to cool. And after they're completely cool, we'll put them in a gallon Ziploc bag and keep them on the counter for a few days. Of course, I'm going to eat one before it's even cool. All right, it's really that simple. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you give it a shot. It's pretty tasty stuff. I'm gonna eat some bread. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.